Americans are very passionate people. We're passionate about sports. We're passionate about movies we watch. We're passionate about fashion, the clothes we wear. We're passionate about cars and hobbies. We're passionate about food, some of us more than others. The truth is, people like you and me were created to be passionate. But too often, people are passionate about the wrong things. Now, I don't say this all to say that there's something wrong with being passionate about any or all things. But here's where the problem lies when we consider passion. Either people are living lives with no passion for anything, dreading another day to come, or people are striving passionately for things that really don't matter, things that will never last. Psychologist Larry Crabb had this to say regarding passion. The core problem is not that we are too passionate about bad things, but that we are not passionate enough about good things. My question for you tonight is this: what are you passionate about? Or maybe, are you passionate about anything? Does the object of your passion have staying power? Will your passion for living outlive the NBA playoffs, the World Series, or the Super Bowl? Depending on where you are in life today, I would suspect that there was a time when you had a deep passion for life, a deep passion for living, high hopes and big dreams. Do you remember? As we sit here this evening, however, are your dreams still intact? Are your hopes still high? Or has life taken on the survival mode with little diversions here and there just to keep you getting out of bed in the morning? If that is where you find yourself today, you've fallen prey to one of the biggest passion killers in life. What are they? There are as many possibilities as we can think of, but I'm going to focus on what I consider the three biggies tonight. My goal this evening is to talk very deeply with you for a few minutes concerning the issue of rekindling a passion for living. If we are to do that, we need to evaluate why we have lost it and how we can gain it back. Where do you start? Well, here's where you start. Write it down. Number one, you must have a clear purpose for living. Living without purpose is the most common passion killer in people's lives. Without purpose for living, why bother? Why put forth the effort? Why get out of bed in the morning? If you have no reason for using energy, why expend it? The fact is, life seems pretty futile if you don't know your purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, life lacks enthusiasm. You ever had anybody in your business that got so excited when they got in, everything was so great, and now they're lower than a flat tire? They lost their purpose. The longer a person moves through adult life without clarifying what God's purpose for their life is, the less passion they will have. Because passion and purpose always go together. There is a continual slow leak in the quick start business. And if you aren't putting and bringing more people in as you build it and keeping your purpose and your passion alive as an example to follow, the leak will eventually drain you of everything. And the first to go is enthusiasm. Even an Old Testament prophet named Isaiah went through a dry spell related to his purpose. Isaiah 49, verse 4. I have labored to no purpose. I have spent my strength in vain for nothing. Have you put in a year in this business and nothing happened? Maybe you're lacking a clear purpose. Have you ever felt like no matter what you did, it produced no results? Maybe you're efficiently ineffective. Efficiency is doing the job right. Effectiveness is doing the right job. Most people are doing the wrong job perfectly. They're 100% efficiently ineffective. And never forget this, dear ones. The wrong job done perfectly remains the wrong job. If 50 million people say a stupid thing, it's still a stupid thing. Without a clear and maintained purpose in life, a clear reason to be here, we can lose our passion for living. On the other hand, having a clear purpose creates passion and meaning in life. The greater our purpose in life, the more passionate we are going to be about living. The more fully alive we are going to be, regardless of our situation or our circumstances. Have you ever seen somebody come in and say, well, just as soon as I get this taken care of and that taken care of and that taken care of, then I'll be ready to go? No, you won't. You may have heard the amazing story about Viktor Frankl, a Jewish psychiatrist that was arrested by the Nazis during World War II. It directly tells the power of having real meaning and purpose in your life. You see, friends, there is nothing in the world that would so effectively help one to survive even the worst conditions as the knowledge that there is meaning in one's life. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. When Jewish psychiatrist Viktor Frankl was arrested by the Nazis in World War II, he was stripped of everything: property, family, possessions. He spent years researching and writing a book on the importance of finding meaning in life, concepts that later would become known as the logotherapy. When he arrived in Auschwitz, the infamous death camp, even his manuscript, which he had hidden in the lining of his coat, was taken away. I had to undergo and overcome the loss of my spiritual child, Frankl writes. Now, it seemed as if nothing and no one would survive me, neither a physical nor a spiritual child of my own. I found myself confronted with the question of whether under such circumstance my life was ultimately void of any meaning. He was still wrestling with the question a few days later when the Nazis forced the prisoners to give up all of their clothes. I had to surrender my clothes and in turn inherited the worn-out rags of an inmate who had been sent to the gas chamber, says Frankl. Instead of the many pages of manuscript, I found in the pocket of the newly acquired coat a single page torn out of a Hebrew prayer book which contained the main Jewish prayer, Shema Yisrael. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. How should I have interpreted such a consequence other than as a challenge to live my thoughts instead of merely putting them on paper? As you can imagine, there is a potential for as many purposes in life as there are people. But can you think of a more important purpose for your life than fulfilling the purpose designed for you by your Creator, your divine designer? Jesus Christ, in the New Testament book of John, chapter 10, verse 10, said, I have come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Old Testament prophet Jeremiah made this statement, that certainly applies to any of us today. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. I know the plans that I have for you, plans for welfare and not for calamity, to give you a future and a hope. Does this mean that God has a purpose, a special plan for each of our lives, yours and mine? This is exactly what the Bible teaches through and through. In the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 10, the Bible says, for we are His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them. That means the plan's already made. You've just got to figure it out and walk in it. When we discover the truth about God's will for our lives on this earth, that you can know Him personally, that He cares and has a meaningful plan for your life, that your eternal state can be determined simply by trusting in Him, then you begin to realize an enormously important reason for living. And this purpose creates significant passion in your life. There's nothing more significant than being what your Creator made you to be, doing what He created you to do, and thinking like God made you to think. There is no greater potential for leading a passionate life than by doing these things. Never forget, nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared believe that something inside of them was superior to circumstances. I knew I was going to make it big in something when I was still in Europe, in the Army, riding home from Bremerhaven, northern Germany, down along the communist-controlled East German-West German border, all the way down 10 hours on a train to Stuttgart, Germany, as I shipped my automobile back to the United States when I was leaving the Army. All great people. And I'm not saying I'm great, but from my reading and study, all great people knew somewhere down inside of them they were going to do something significant. Nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared believe that something inside of them was superior to circumstance. I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know how it would happen. But the night I saw those circles, I knew this was it. If you're here this evening and you're feeling empty, maybe you're in pain, maybe just anxious or disillusioned with life, then ask yourself this question. Do I have a real purpose day in and day out for being alive? Is there something beyond the day-to-day effort to make money, to accumulate things, to go through the motions? Ultimately, do I have a purpose for life that transcends this world, that transcends myself? Otherwise, this world is it, and when it's over, it's over. But that's not what the Bible teaches. God's plan and purpose for you is so much bigger and far-reaching than that. Where do we start? Well, all passion starts by having a clear purpose for your life. However, all true success begins with a dream. Success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. So a clear purpose for your life must initially begin by having a significant and sufficiently important dream. Do you have one? One that is big enough to enable you to manifest it into a vision. The vision for your life will then mature into a clear purpose for your life. Dreams are the seeds of vision, but vision is the heart of all success. The greatest danger for most of us is not that we aim too high and miss the mark, but that our aim is too low and we reach it. But where do dreams come from? Where do dreams begin? Allow me to explain how things happen. The only way God can communicate with a human being is through their mind. their spiritual heart. The direct route to communication with your Creator is to connect with Him through prayer. Whenever you pray, always wait in silence to receive a response. Sadly, you know that most prayer is just glorified begging. Give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. Yahoo, let's go to bed. I'm going to say it again. When you pray, always wait in silence to receive a response. Why? Because God always answers prayer. Sometimes it takes longer than others. Nonetheless, wait for God to provide you the answers. Here it is. All dreams come from God. So if you don't have a dream, or your dream isn't clear enough or big enough to internally motivate you into action, that is to say, to cause you to become core and begin to manifest your dream into a vision, then get on your knees tonight with your wife, if you're married, and pray. Ask God to come into your life and give you a mighty dream. Ask God to give you a dream so big that it scares you. So big that you cannot achieve it yourself. So big that it will require other people to help you accomplish it. So big that it will arrest your attention. You see, the dream must be so big, so clear, and so important to you that you have to have it. You cannot live without it. Is there anything in your life that qualifies? Reverse back to the month before you got married. How many of you moved your wedding date up from the initial day? Now, don't tell me it was out of love. It was lust, and you know it. You had to be married. I'm going to say it one last time. The dream has to be so big, so clear, and so important to you that you have to have it. You cannot live without it. Now remember that it was God's dream before He gave it to you. God will always match His chosen dream to His chosen dream, or God has chosen you. So don't doubt it. Never put a question mark where God's already placed a period. He doesn't make mistakes. It's been said that the next time you have a need, don't go looking for a ready-made solution. Oh, no. Go looking for an answer wherever you might find it. If God has given you a dream, friends, then He has already given you the ability to achieve the dream. Our God is a loving God. He's never a teasing God. God will never give you a dream that you don't already have the abilities that are required to accomplish it. All you need to do is start using the talents and abilities you already have. You've got what it takes. You don't need anything more. Go. Succeed. Just use what was placed inside you at conception. And then always remember, be yourself. Because everybody else is already taken. Ron Pereira used to tell me, Dave, you'll be a first-class you, but at best you'll only be a second-class somebody else. So just be yourself. Now, once you've asked God for a dream, and He has given you a dream, and you realize you have the abilities to accomplish your dream, then the next step is to give the dream a life of its own. You do this by investing your blood, sweat, and tears into the accomplishment of your dream. You will invest your time and your resources into the achievement of your dream. The way this is done in the business is that you become hardcore. You're 9/9 core. You do all 9 steps of core every week, 52 weeks out of the year. No breaks, no compromise. To be a winner, all you need to give is all you have. Well, I gave it all that it took, and it still didn't work. Well, what if that's not enough? You want to win, you give it all you got. Because you got more than you ever use. I know a story about a handful of men that were sitting in 5,000 people on a beach. They were hungry. They only had 5 loaves to feed 5,000. So they started whining. How can we do that? How can we? Their mentor said, without batting an eye and listening to any more whine, he said 2 words. Feed them. Give it all you have, and you will never exhaust your resources. Your dream is so important to you that your efforts of serving your dream will become a labor of love. And each day you serve your dream by being poor, you get one day closer to the achievement of your dream. I can remember being so tired night after night. My closest group was 150 miles from home. And I would drive after work, get there, do a meeting, stay up, drink coffee, drive all the way home, get home in time to shave, shower, and go to work. And I was exhausted. But about 4:30 in the afternoon, I'd start shaking. I'd start kicking. And I'd start coming alive. Because I knew that every night I went out and showed those circles, it would be one less day I'd have to get up and go to that miserable job. And it became a labor of love serving my dream. You see, once this happens, life begins to get exciting. Now, once you've given your dream a life of its own, and you stay consistently in the service of your dream, then you have proven to God that you can be trusted with your dream, and that you deserve to have your dream, and that you are worthy to accomplish your dream. And once this approval process occurs, building the business will become fun, exhilarating, and exciting. It'll be a piece of cake. Now watch this. The more you serve your dream, the easier it will become to be 9-9 score. Many of you make this business 1,000 times tougher than it is because you belabor having to do the work. You ought to be excited about knowing you're serving your dream, because that's how you get on the road of achieving purpose, which will give you passion. And nothing is going to get accomplished without passion. Now listen. You have not done enough so long as it is still possible that you have something left to contribute. You can easily do that when your dream is so big, so clear, and so important to you that you cannot live without it. You didn't need much sleep when you were taking your future bride home at 4 in the morning and still got home in time to go to work. The more you serve your dream, the easier it will be to be 9-9 score. And the more you do, the more you become. All it takes for you to be successful is for you to give all you have got in the service of your dream. Author and clergyman Norman Vincent Peale said, a major key to success in this life is to be completely released and throw all there is of yourself into your job, your career, your business, or any project in which you're engaged. In other words, whatever you're doing, give it all you've got. Give every bit of yourself, holding nothing back. Life cannot deny itself to people who give life their all. But most people, unfortunately, don't do that. In fact, very few people do, and this is the tragic cause of failure. Or if not failure, it's the reason we only half attain. I've never understood in 23 years how someone could go all the way to platinum and then stay there. What if that had been Ron and Georgia Lee Pereira's personal philosophy? Well, you and I wouldn't exist. We teach a 2 to 5 year plan in which you break how many? Say it with me. 6 platinums. In 23 years, I've never understood how somebody could break 3 and stay there, only half attaining what they have the ability to have. What if Ron and Georgia Lee Pereira would have decided to stay emerald? Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. 45 new diamonds in South Korea alone would have never had a chance. You have to think in terms of what's beyond you. Because there isn't a soul here that can't do more than Dave and Jan, Greg and Lori, or any other human being in this business has ever done. Winners expect to win in advance, therefore life becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you know who you are, what you're really in, and where you're going, it's just a matter of time until you get there if you can stay steady. Now that you've reached this point, you don't have to worry about anything or anybody. Once you're 9/9 score every week of the year, all you need to do is grow and keep paying attention to the people that come into your life. You see, once you have proven to God that you are worthy to accomplish your dream, then I promise you, God will bring all of the people that you are going to need to achieve your dream into your life and into your business. Do you have the faith to believe He's already picked out your front line? He already has a plan for your life. That's proven. And He already has handpicked the people who will enter your business and who will help you achieve your dream. All you must provide is the consistent and persistent work ethic of being 9/9 score 52 weeks out of the year, no matter what. Can you do that? Certainly. Remember what Henry Ford had to say. There are no people living who aren't capable of doing more than they think they can do. I just can't go again. Yes, you can. It is this continual work ethic that enables you to manifest your dream into a vision. There are 5 simple steps that are required. Your dream must be so big, so clear, and so important to you that it will cause you to desire it with all of your heart. Fervently believe you will achieve it. Vividly imagine it all the time. Enthusiastically talk about it all the time. And treat it as if it were a matter of life or death, because in reality it is. You see, God's Word tells us in Proverbs 29, verse 18, man without vision shall perish. Now, this is not a maybe or a might or there's a strong possibility. The word is shall perish. God also tells us in the Old Testament book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 23, record the vision and inscribe it on tablets, that the one who reads it may run. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it, for it will certainly come. It will not delay. I have been consistently building my business for 23 years. I ain't even close to my goals. I got in to be a Crown Ambassador. I didn't know what one was, but that was the top. And if you're going to do it, why stop halfway home? When I read that verse, I started to cry. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens toward the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it certainly will come. It will not delay. God pays compound interest on everything He holds back. So it's going to be so sweet when it happens. That is your and my assurance. So, you write down your dreams. Be specific and detailed in your descriptions, because God cannot fill a vague request. Number 2, attach an approximate cost to achieve your dream. This is done to determine how big of a business profit you must build in order to fund your dream. And then 3, put a realistic date of expected achievement on your dreams. Dreams are the rewards you give yourself for reaching your goal. And they will not happen if you don't have a date of completion. So put a date of accomplishment on all of your dreams. Give yourself a deadline to achieve it. Finally, you then get pictures of exactly what you want up in front of your eyes. You bombard your mind with what it is exactly you want and put pictures all over your house so that you can see your dreams every day. Put them in the kitchen, put them in the bathroom, put them in the bedroom, put them everywhere you go. Because you can only go in the direction on which your mind is focused. So focus your mental energy on your dream. When we decided to go diamond, we had go diamond signs all over the house. We had them where we went to bed. We had them where we got up. We had them where we washed. We had them where we did everything. And if you lift the toilet seat up in our house, it said, if you gotta go, go diamond. Right there, pasted against the backside of the seat. Now the world will think you're a nut. Who cares? They won't be with you in Diamond Club. Let them think what they want to think. Focus your mental energy on your dreams. For once you've gone through these procedures, you will have begun to manifest your dream into a vision. The vision will then discipline your flesh. You will be internally motivated, and you'll be eager to be 9/9 core and pay full price to achieve your goals and turn your dreams into reality. Now that you have developed a clear purpose to your life, you are now moving in the direction of your dreams, and you have started down the road of success. You will accomplish your vision if you just stay steady. If God's purpose for our lives is such an awesome thing, then how and why do we miss it? Well, the answer comes in evaluating another important passion builder that we often misunderstand as to how it influences our lives. Here's the second thing to rekindle a passion for your life. The first is to have a clear, defined purpose. The second is to develop and live a balanced schedule. The fact is, we might be too busy to really think about our purpose for being alive. Have you ever shown the plan to somebody and they said, well, it looks good and everything, but we just can't work it. We're just so busy we don't have time. We just go. Speaker and author Stephen Covey calls this the dull axe syndrome. I quote, one lumberjack walking down a trail noticed that his friend had been chopping on the same tree nearly all morning, but was making almost no progress. He stopped and said, you know, if you would sharpen your axe, you would make a lot more progress. To which his friend replied, that would be a good idea, and I would, but I just can't afford to stop and take the time to do it. The point is clear. Many of us are so busy with unfocused activity. I call it the tyranny of the urgent, that we rarely get to the most important things that will produce the results that we long to see. So we march blindly forward. We may get by with that for a while, but ultimately not for long. It will catch up to us. And we will realize that we have become dry and stale, passionless in our lives and in our relationships. You see, when the first lose passion, the first indicator is a loss of enthusiasm. The second indicator is you begin to lose significant, meaningful relationships with other people. And therefore, when a crisis hits us, we realize how alone we really are. Here are a couple of actors' comments about their marriage relationships. Actor George Burns said, "I was married by a judge, but I should have asked for a jury." Not to be outdone, Rodney Dangerfield said, "My wife and I were happy for 20 years, and then we met." We all laugh, but these statements may accurately reflect our passion level today for life, for family, for relationships. Honestly, we all struggle with this one, every one of us. Whether we feel we are overworked or underworked, either way, we can tend to lose our passion because we have lost the sense of balance in our lives. You may be a soccer mom, a hospital volunteer, or even a church Sunday school teacher, and you're doing many good things, but after a while you begin to feel simply overwhelmed. You're never taking anything in. You're never taking time to recharge. You're never associating upline. You're never counseling. If you're like that, then you might be thinking right now, I don't want to listen to any more of this message. I just want to go home and go to sleep. Then you have what I call compassion fatigue. Eventually, what happens, if you're always giving out, you'll just stop caring. And when that happens, your passion is gone. Now, there's a flip side to this situation. There are others who are always taking in. They're attending another seminar, reading another book, listening to another tape, starting another home remodeling project, evaluating how to increase and bolster their stock options, getting all I can and then canning all I get. They are busy in an inward and, frankly, a very selfish way. This is also a dangerous situation, both inside and outside of our business. But in the midst of it all, is there real passion for your living? A story, please. One day a man walked up to Jesus and said in true American style, "Jesus, let's get right to the bottom line. What's the most important commandment out of the whole Bible? What's the one thing I need to get down if I don't get any others down? How can I live a passionate life in one easy step? But make it fast, business is booming." Now, I hate to say it, but when it comes to the spiritual side of our lives, too often that's our attitude. I don't have much time, so make sure you give me your best shot, quick! Jesus responded. You want the quick and easy? Here it comes. I'll summarize the whole Bible in just 2 sentences. If you get these down, you've got it made. You're going to be okay. Now listen to the passion with which Jesus gives His profound answer in Mark chapter 12, verses 30 and 31. Here it is. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself. There are no greater commandments than these. He says that's what everything I've written to you means and boils down to. Now listen to the modern scriptural version of the same verse. In short, it's to the point. It's the most power-packed, comprehensive verse in the entire Bible. 2 things are at the very core of a passionate life, but they are not a quick fix or an easy answer. Jesus is really saying, love God and love people. You simply got to give me all you've got, He's saying. and then pass on what I fill you up with to others. But if you really want to follow me, you've got to live with passion. Eternal issues, friends, are well worth becoming passionate about. Would you agree? Do you have the same enthusiasm that you used to? Why don't you still feel the same way about your career that you used to? About your quick start business that you used to? About your marriage that you used to? Why do relationships feel so shallow and distant in your life? The key thing is to evaluate your priorities. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7 says, and this is in the Phillips translation, here's what it says: take the time and the trouble to keep yourself spiritually fit. We all know that physical exercise does give your body some good benefit. Shouldn't the same be true spiritually? Does the Creator, the architect of your life, have any say in your life anymore? Have you taken any time to know Him and determine what He says that will bring you real purpose and passion in your life? Well, let me tell you what we teach in this business. We teach, number one, vertical alignment. That says God first, man second, woman third, and children fourth. When you put things in a vertical line, they cannot be moved around. Man wants to spread them horizontally so he can move his secretary in front of his wife 2 or 3 times a year. But when they are vertically aligned, you can't move them. We also teach you in this business how to set priority right in your life. And here they are. You put God first. Isn't it amazing? He appears in first position in both areas. God first, family second, country third, your job or career fourth, then your quick start business fifth, and you fill in last place. You put yourself last, if there's anything left over. That is what, as an organization, we teach you. That opportunity to evaluate your priorities and balance your schedule is available to you through this business. But there's a cost. And the cost requires a willingness to stop and to look deeply within yourself, to slow down, to evaluate your life and where you're going, possibly to reprioritize your schedule, begin to learn about your Creator, to discover His purpose for you, and finally dedicate your life to the accomplishments of your purpose. What is at the core of this issue? Love God and love people in that order. Now there's one final key. Once you have a clear purpose, and once you have a balanced schedule, then you need a third item, and that is a supported lifestyle. A recent study done by a marriage and family group found that 74% of the people they surveyed admitted to at least occasional feelings of loneliness. This means that sometimes many people, maybe even many of you right here tonight, will lose their passion for life out of loneliness because you are trying to go through life all alone. You must understand that as many people as there are alone. There are many people that are all by themselves, even when they're in a crowd. Even when they're at the job. In this great arena tonight, you have loneliness sitting at your table. They just simply can't crack the code and get on the inside track of developing supported lifestyle relationships. That's why they're lonely. I will tell you that this is a passion killer. Because our Creator never meant for any of us to go through life as a solo act. Human beings were created to be in relationships with each other. We need each other. Here's an advertisement that occurred in the February 1990 issue of Newsweek magazine. Finding friends for a fee. Wanted a buddy. This is not the kind of classified ads you'd expect to find in a local paper. But now a San Jose, California couple has started a company that hopes to do for friendship what computer dating services did for courtship. Buddy Brokers aims to find pals for professionals who can't do it on their own. For a monthly fee of $49, married couples and clients of the same sex are matched according to likes and interests. They pay to have a friend. God created us needy for each other. He wired us up that way. All throughout the first chapter of the book of Genesis, it tells the story of how God created the world. And after everything that was created on each of the first 6 days of creation, the Bible recorded God's own words. It says, at the end of each thing that He created, and God saw that it was good. And after all of His creation work was done, including Adam and Eve, the Bible says in Genesis 1, verse 31, and God saw that all He had made, and behold, it was very good. However, in Genesis chapter 2, the story is told of how God created Adam, the world's first human, a man. I'm sorry. I didn't make up the order. Now, with that came responsibility. I'll talk about that in the morning. And when that happened, and in all of His creation, for the only time, once Adam had been created, God uses the words, it is not good. The Bible says in Genesis 2, verse 18, and the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. Now, whether you marry or you remain single, you need support. Get and listen to Executive Diamond Judy Head's tape on Sarah, RP 888, and your life will be blessed. You need people in your life who can be there when you go through problems in your life. You can team tackle some problems that are never going to be solved on your own. Other involved people can encourage you, support you, and even give you a swift kick when you need a good kick. Don't worry about who gets the credit for doing or achieving anything. Work together with others to accomplish your desired goals. Tony Folio wrote another daily devotion, May 15th, 2000, the 136th day of the year 2000. God knows and He rewards. Listen carefully. For in this saying it is true, one sows and another reaps. John chapter 4, verse 3. It has been rightfully said, it is amazing what can be accomplished when we do not care who gets the credit. Some folks are planters, others are nurturers, and still others are harvesters. It takes all three to bring forth a healthy crop. This agricultural paradigm applies to every aspect of our lives. The singer may harvest the applause, but somebody has sown the years of training, and another the hours of encouragement. Each can take joy in the accomplishment. We may not always get the applause, but God knows, and He rewards. Therefore, keep sowing into people's lives. Be a nurturer. Sooner or later, you will likewise receive the reward of the fruit of your labor. Be an encourager. Be an investor. Plant, nurture, help, and sow, and care not who gets the credit. At the very best, others will do likewise for you. And furthermore, God knows, and He rewards. Some of you stop the consistent work ethic of 99 score because you don't get results quick enough according to you. No matter who you are and what you do, if you stay steady, you'll make it. Never weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap your own reward if you do not faint. Oh, honey, we're going to have to take a sabbatical until after the holidays. We've just been going so hard. Let's rest. Never be a 15th floor window washer who steps back to admire his work in this business. My point, if you try to go through life all on your own without anybody, that is to say, I can handle this, I can do it all on my own, the passion is going to drain out of you really quick. In the Old Testament book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verses 9 and 10, it says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Is there someone in your life who will be there with you when you need help? Honestly, you really do need help if you think you don't need help. I do. We all do. I had to ask my dearest friends in life, Ron and Georgia Lee Pereira, for personal help last night. As busy as they are, with so many family unions to do, a harried schedule, going here and there, he still found time to fly and do a house meeting Thursday night, showing the plan, yes, still does it, and flew back, raced to Spokane to get packed up to leave to go and do Jim and Judy Head's reunion this weekend. And he gave me 2 hours out of his life with his wife last night because I needed it. I'm going to say it again. You really do need help if you don't think you need help. If you are serious about living a life of passion, it will not come in living life alone. Mark Twain said, keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do this, but the really great make you feel you too can become great. As you build your business, remember that if you sponsor people who are smaller than you, you'll end up with an organization of dwarfs. But if you sponsor people who are bigger than you, you will end up with an organization of giants. So never forget, all you need to do is tell people they are good 10 times a day, and very soon they will begin to believe it. I got an inbox today. A brand new person growing like crazy, doing everything wrong. I said, great, you're doing wonderful. Keep at it. You're going to be the biggest that's ever been. The wrong job, done with excitement and passion, produces results. The right job, perfectly employed but never shown, doesn't get much accomplished. In our time tonight, we have discussed 3 key building blocks towards living a passionate life. We all need to have a clear purpose for being alive. To be able to find and maintain that purpose, we need to have a balanced schedule. We need to learn how to slow down. We need to prioritize a balanced schedule. We need time to either discover who we are or who we are not. And finally, we need a supported lifestyle. We need relationships. We need to have a place where people really know us, where they are glad to see us, where they share our purpose in life, and they enjoy the meaning in life they have with us. You are sitting in that very definition right now. So let's wrap a blanket of conclusion around it. At its root, passion is a spiritual issue. Passion is a matter of the heart. You cannot restore passion with money, with something physical, or with a pill. For lasting passion, we must have a lasting purpose. It only comes from within the heart. You must have a change of heart. First of all, you may need to start from scratch right here, right now. If you don't have something in which to believe, that's the very core of purpose. If you don't have somewhere to belong, or if you don't have someone to become, we want to open our arms to you tonight. We want you to become a significant member of our business family. We want to offer you an opportunity to begin a journey on the way to developing a personal relationship with the God of the universe as He revealed Himself to us in the Bible. If you do not know how to begin this life of purpose, you may have many people in your line of sponsorship that would be delighted to talk more about this with you. All you need to do is ask them for more information about it, and I promise you they will take it from there. These upline people have a direct interest in you and in your future. They well may be the very best people there is to share with you what God has done in their lives. Now, the very best way to learn how to begin your journey is to be here tomorrow morning at the non-denominational Sunday worship service. You come, get out of bed, you come and hear the true truth, and then do with it as you will. At least you will then know the truth. Our God is a loving, caring God. His love is unconditional. His laws apply equally to all people. He is no respecter of persons. He will come into your life if only you will invite Him to come in. Maybe the purpose in your life has slipped a bit, needs to be refined, or maybe it even needs to be redefined. Consider who God is and what He's trying to do in your life. I can't imagine anyone not wanting to live passionately for Him and or desire to obey and follow Him passionately. I just can't imagine it, knowing what I know. So here are the steps you need to take to rekindle your passion for life. Seek God passionately. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 29. Love God passionately. Deuteronomy 6, verse 6. Serve God passionately. Deuteronomy 10, verse 12. Obey God passionately. Deuteronomy 30, verse 2. Trust God passionately. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Do everything passionately. Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 17, it says, each one of you should live his life with the gifts that the Lord has given him. Revelation 3, verses 15 and 16 says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold or hot. I would that thou wast cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew you out of my mouth. God doesn't want nothing to do with a lukewarm weenie. C.S. Lewis once said, now I'm a Christian, you can be anything you want to be. C.S. Lewis once said, the only thing Christianity cannot be is moderately important. passion. Why is it that you don't love God that way? Why aren't you more passionate about loving God? In the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 11, it says, never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual fervor. Now, within our great business, the worldwide group support system, your personal line of sponsorship and your personal mentor, we will be your lifeline to success. These people will provide 2 of the 3 requirements for achieving real passion in living your life. They will teach and support you in living a balanced schedule. They will provide you a supported lifestyle as long as you ask for their help. However, the only unknown and the most important of all requirements can only be provided by yourself. Only you can develop and pursue your personal purpose for being alive. Passion and purpose always go together. What is passion? Let me describe it quickly, and we'll end. Passion is waking up in the morning wherever you are, however old or young, and bounding out of bed because you know there's something out there that you love to do, that you believe in, that you're good at, something that's bigger than you are, and you can hardly wait to get at it again. It's something you'd rather be doing more than anything else in the whole world. You wouldn't give it up for money. It means more to you than money. And hopefully it's something that makes the world a better place for other people and not just yourself. So, I'm going to tell you, you had better, if you want to go diamond, get passionate about these goals. Number 1. Be 9 nines core 52 weeks out of the year. Number 2, qualify for Eagle Club. Now, it's not go Eagle and stay Eagle. Number 3, qualify for Double Eagle Club. It's not go Double Eagle and stay Double Eagle. Number 4, qualify and attend the Pereire River House Rendezvous. And it's not go to the rendezvous year after year. It's number 5, win the diamond incentive bonus. You do that, and you'll go diamond. There's no way to miss. Now remember, well done is better than well said. Anybody can say they're going to do it, but we want to see your action. June 23, 2000, the 175th day of the year. Tony Folio once again hits a home run. 3 steps to success. 1 Chronicles 12, verse 38. All these men who could keep ranks with a loyal heart were of one mind to make David king. If you want a simple 3-step strategy for success, here it is. Number 1 is to keep ranks. We are to follow the appropriate order, protocol, and alignment. We are to lead the followers and follow the leaders. Secondly, it takes a loyal heart. Proverbs declares, most men will proclaim each his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? For there to be true, lasting loyalty, that loyalty must ultimately be to God. Without loyalty to God, there can be no real loyalty to man. The 3rd step to success is single-mindedness. Single-mindedness is not robotic thinking. It is the ability for everyone to be on the same page at the same time with the same purpose. There is a great diversity in being single-minded because everyone is aiming at the same goal, but from a personal God-given perspective. Therefore, if we desire team success, Let us keep ranks with a loyal heart and a single-minded purpose. Your purpose? Say it with me. Go Diamond. Go Diamond. Go Diamond. I am going Diamond. Convince me. Remember, well done is better than well said. You do these things, and you will go diamond. You will win. Your family will win. America wins. And because you have purpose, you become passionate, and ultimately, our God will win. I will see you in the morning and give you the truth.